You can stream it live on BBC iPlayer or catch up with the episode on the site after it has finished airing. Bodyguard airs tonight on BBC One at 9 p.m. The remaining 4 episodes will then air weekly every Sunday. Episode 2 will air tomorrow evening at 9 p.m. on BBC One. Bodyguard stars Games of Thrones' Richard Madden and Line of Duty's Keely Hawes in a political thriller directed and created by Line of Duty and Boss director Jet Mercurio. Is Bodyguard based on a true story? No, Bodyguard is a fictional story based on a very real political world. However, the show is not based on any current British politics. Show creator Jet Mercurio said, "It was just something that started out of the desire to do something that was set in the political world and find a different way into that, and with my experience on Line of Duty I was kind of aware of the different specializations within the police." Bodyguard is based on the real specialist operations in the UK under the direction of London's Metropolitan Police, who have branches looking after politicians, diplomats and royalty. The Royalty and Specialist Protection, RASP, provides protection to the royal family, government officials and diplomats, whereas the Parliamentary and Diplomatic Protection, PADP, protects government buildings. The titles of the characters are all legitimate titles that exist in the organization estates and foreign missions. How to watch Bodyguard online. David Budd, played by Richard Madden, is an Iraq and Afghanistan war veteran who has begun working as a specialist protection officer for the RASP of the Met. Bodyguard is told through the eyes of Budd, who is assigned to protect the controversial Conservative Home Secretary Julia Montagu, Keely Hawes. Other characters take on legitimate political titles. Budd, who suffers from PTSD, largely disagrees with her foreign policy stance based on his traumatic experiences in the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. Mercurio explained why he chose Iraq and Afghanistan. He said, "I could have invented something, but, honestly, there's no need when something exists in the recent past that went horribly wrong and where a lot of SOLRS ended up having a negative experience." Who stars in Bodyguard? The current Conservative Home Secretary is Sajid Javid. The Home Secretary's responsibilities include internal affairs of England and Wales, immigration and citizen for the UK. Responsibilities also involve policing in matters of national security. Joanna's husband Roger Penhaligon, Nicholas Gleaves, is the Chief Whip of the House of Commons. The Chief Whip has the responsibility to ensure that members of the party attend and vote as the party leadership requires them to. The current Chief Whip of the House of Commons is Julian Smith. Bodyguard is set in London and filmed in and around the streets of London. Notable features such as London Bridge, 10 Downing Street and the Millennium Bridge feature in the trailer. How many episodes are in Bodyguard? Familiar faces make cameo appearances in Bodyguard. Andrew Marr, the British political commentator and TV presenter, stars as himself, interviewing Home Secretary Julia Montagu on his BBC show, The Andrew Marr Show, about her foreign policy proposals in the Middle East. Julia Montagu was also trying to introduce a fictional bill called RIPO 18, the Regulation of Investigatory Powers Act 2018, which would increase surveillance powers for the security services. Mercurio said, "One of the centerpieces of this story is a terrorist threat, and unfortunately that is something we have all learned to live with in our big cities." Bodyguard is set in the present day. It is very contemporary, and obviously, we want to handle that in the most sensitive way, but also in a way that does feel authentic. Bodyguard starts tonight on BBC One at 9 p.m.